Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Sunburned Albino Plays Slay the Princess Episode 3. I believe we're at the start of like a new perspective thing, if I remember correctly, so we're just gonna have to find more different ways to do stuff, and we're gonna see how it goes, man. Let's get back into it. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Alright, let's see. We basically... Let's do... Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. Alright, you make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not gonna go through this road. Okay, it's the same stuff. But now we gotta figure... I think we could do... This one, we could try the, like... simp for her route. And I think that might be what we should do. I think we should come in without, we don't take the knife and we listen to what she has to say and we just do what we're doing. Okay, explore, take the blade. No, we're gonna enter the basement without the blade. I think this is the first time I've done that. So, it's definitely gonna be new regardless. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated. Yep, that's all the same dialogue. Her voice softly carries up the stairs. Hello? Is someone there? It's hypnotizing. It's already different because we didn't take the knife. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Well, I'm not able to give it that kind of gravitas as a man, but Oh, wait, no, the hero's the one saying that. Okay. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. I'm just gonna say hi. Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here. Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Hold on, let's talk a bit first. Oh, okay. Explorer, what's your name? Oh. She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal. Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess? So, am I cosplaying as like an idiot by asking this question? I'm not gonna ask that. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I don't see what that has to do with anything. This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right? I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here? The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear. Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Sorry, but I just can't trust you. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade. No. Can't believe they've been keeping you down here. Oh, okay, we have so much more to... So I'm gonna be an idiot. Is Princess your name? Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name. Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right? You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with. Keep her locked away. Let's... I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Now, let's be a little more passive about it. I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. You're only making this more difficult. Thank you, and you won't. I promise. You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart. I'm guessing you don't have the key. Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere. If she had other ideas, she wouldn't be here. I'm gonna go check. Okay, I'll be here. Good luck. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Hey, let me out of here. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Let's try the door. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Turn to the bottom of the stairs. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in. I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice. If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together. She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Save the princess. Ugh, fine. Oh, dude, we're just helping her cut off her... Oh my god. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. She doesn't feel any pain. Like, there's no reaction here, man. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened. Thank you. Now let's get out of here. Approach the locked door. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. What are you doing? Warn her. Stop that. Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right? Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me! I'm trying to get you out of here alive! Slay, 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 we're resisting. The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward. We both know this isn't you. She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick. She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony, but you aren't dead yet. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again, and again, and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out. I'm so sorry. With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you, yeah. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. That's the rich coming from, yeah. Alright, chapter 2. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. In the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're the slayer if you don't understand it, though. Okay, right. But I die, what am I doing there? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Yes. My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep... Okay, well, Voice of the smitten. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him, specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. Yeah, like Mario. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving. Alright, proceed to the cabin again. Nothing happens if we don't keep, like, confronting the thing. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in this world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. Alright, simp route activated, dude. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Alright, approach the mirror, take the blade. We don't want the blade, we're not doing that. Obviously, still. Do we care about the mirror? I don't think that we care about the mirror in this route. Let's just enter the basement. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. The princess lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Dude, I would totally live here. Are you kidding me? If you could, like, get some electricity down here, get some Wi-Fi set up, this would be an ideal recording studio. A soft voice carries up the stairs. Hello? Is someone there? Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. Oh my god, dude, look at her, the frickin' puppy dog eyes this time. They're really leaning into it in her, like, style and drawing. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, alright. It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back. Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? But waiting for you to come back? I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before, so an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world? But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else, and you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? We know. Why are we asking that? We know. We know why. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? Let's say that. Let's start with that. You died, and now we're talking. Oh, you don't say, huh? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for a good reason. That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters. She took that in stride, to a surprising extent, almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him always trying to drive her to violence. Okay. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again. We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. I don't know if I want to ask these questions and like ruin the vibe of the ending that we're going for here. But we probably still should. You killed me last time and I hurt a lot. Why'd you do that? I'm sorry, didn't you want me to? Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy, and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world? I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy? Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession. No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or another. Honestly, the world sucks. I'm just gonna say, no, I don't want the world to end. Then I didn't end the world. See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure. Oh, wait, well, we're rescuing her anyway. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer. I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you so much. The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side? What do we do now? Obviously we make some of that sweet, sweet love. What do you want to do? Yeah, let's ask. Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart. I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I've wanted before. I mean, you sorta did last time, but this is different. She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth? I think I want to leave, and I think... The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs. I don't know. What do you want to do? I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? There must be something you want. I just want to make you happy. Music is distorting. She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us. But what would make you happy? I just want to make you happy. Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now? I just want to leave it rather. If you want to leave, then let's leave. This isn't right. Let's get out of here. I want you to make me unhappy? What the fuck? I'm not gonna say that. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. Okay, if that's what makes you happy. Alright, she is getting drawn progressively less ably. This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I failed to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal. If you want to leave, then let's leave. No, I kind of want to see how much more she breaks down. I want you to tell me what you want. I just want to make you happy. Is it just me? Or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here. Dude, she's ending the world as we speak. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. No! She was our perfect match! She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. I feel like I shouldn't... maybe this time I will tell them. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Dude, she's going Super Saiyan back there? I am a growing... Growling, of course. I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at anyone is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. How can you stand to be a contradiction? As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? If anything, it makes me like you more. No, not really. I have no opinion one way or another on the matter, to be honest. How strange of you to ask me, then. What do you think of this vessel? Or do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? My perspectives are shadowed. You've seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished? The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge. What do you think of this vessel? This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. Do you still not care what I bring you next? I mean, I don't know why that's a pointless question to ask. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? We will know when we near our destination. Okay, well, I kind of don't care. I don't know, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to kill her the entire time. Like, I feel that's going to be like an ultimate choice at the end, probably. Once she's fully complete, then we decide do we rescue or slay. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough call. I'm ready to go back. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again. Alright, I should have expected that. It's happened like twice already. Everything goes dark, and you die. Alright, chapter 1, the hero and the princess. Okay, what can we do different now? We tried the simp route. Maybe we could try going in there with a knife, but still, like, talking and trying to sort of see her way out of it. But that might still just lead to the narrator taking over her body again. Alright, we're gonna silently continue to the cabin. You make your way up the short path to the cabin, you'll find the princess within. Okay, proceed to the cabin. Your cabin is almost entirely bare. There's a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. Alright, we are going... What if we don't take the blade, but then we decide to try and kill her anyway? Let's take the blade. Then we'll enter the basement. Yeah, it's probably doing her favor. Voice carries over. Who's there? Yep, because we took the blade. She's now this lady. She dangerous. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I'm gonna say just checking in on you. Oh? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand. And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? What? No way. Why would you even think that? No-uh. I haven't decided yet. How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk? Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. I think we should drop the blade, actually. We decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Alright, drop it. There you go. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang. Thank you. Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it. So, here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Yeah, it's a relationship? Are you coming on to me? Yeah, let's say that. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. What's your name? She hesitates before answering. Since she's, like, different, I want to ask her name. You can address me as your Royal Highness or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Let's say, how long have you been down here? Too long. Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Do you? I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter. So you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk, but this isn't talking. How would I get you out of here? You can't. Don't bother. I'm guessing you don't have the key, then? I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use. Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it. Okay, we've talked enough. Oh, have you decided what to do with me? You know why you're here. Slay the princess, getting you out of here. Gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Okay, yeah, let's go this route this time. That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision. You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement. Yeah, let's do that. Not killing her. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die. You're making a mistake. You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs. We picked up the knife, right? It won't be long before I slip these chains, and once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind. Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job. No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here. You'll be the death of all of us, but fine, have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. There's no way you left the knife on the ground in there, dude. Come on. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue, but sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door. I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways, and it's probably a good idea to try and get back on my good side. She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess we saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind. When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight. It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't. Threaten me all you want, all it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best as you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she? Oh, okay. Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement. You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course, but I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them. So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I? She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one. Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together. Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left. I'd say better luck next time, but we both know that this is the end, don't we? It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 2, The Nightmare. I mean, it does look like we set ourselves on a different path here. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Alright, terrible sense of deja vu. This is it, have I died? What are you? Okay, we're just gonna proceed to the cabin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door?
It's just an empty frame.
She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm gonna need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out, but if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're gonna struggle to get the job done. Yes, so deep breathe in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. Alright, let's approach the mirror. You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall, it's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. Wipe the mirror clean. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Alright, we take the blade because we took it last time. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Can we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're going to have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter. We need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared. How hard is it to throw a knife? I'm gonna talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. Step off into the void between the stairs. Step off into the void. I don't know if I want to do that. It can't be that hard.
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If an ice bit is enough to even do anything against something like her in the first place.
It'll be enough. I'm gonna talk to her. I feel like stepping off into the void is important for a later ending, maybe. But I think we should do this sort of regularly this time. I'm gonna talk to her. Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't gonna be keen on talking anyways. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me? I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
We're gonna die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go left, go right, do nothing. Let's do nothing. You decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want me to... Do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why?
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Look at all the... There's so many explorers, dude. Holy cow. Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Leave together. Okay, let's get out of here. Leave together. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. Let's do some exploring here. Why won't you finish me off? Because I don't want to, and even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now, and I'm enjoying the show. The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear. If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static, and then...
Shit, make her stop! Hey, snap out of it! Okay, deep breath. We're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You're back. One moment, and then you're gone. Just like that. Ah, and there's the fear. She pulls away. But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that. What happened after you killed me last time? I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can leave without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me? I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option, but it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? I am what I am, and right now I'm in control. So you might want to be a little nicer to me. She raises one long gloved finger, its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat, but she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organs shutting down situation? Like I said, I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me. And what if I refuse to let you out? What happens then? Then we're stuck down here together until you change your mind. Static and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves!
Or until your heart finally gives out. And then when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new, and before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative. I'm not doing any of this, I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. Are you serious? You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission. Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best. You poor, deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again. Decay and bloom. A million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No, no, no! Let me out. Your existence hurts them. Let me out. A lonely soul in a room by itself weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone, and then it's there again. Let me out! A reprieve, a good life, love, children, a steady career, recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices. Let me out. Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier. Let me out! No, 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 no. What's happening to us? Let me out. Sorry, I live in an apartment, so I can't do screaming like I would like to do right now. This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? What are you talking about? But he doesn't respond. Oops. I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do. Your body is dead, but you live on. Ooh, hello, chapters. The moment of clarity. You're on a path in the... There was a princess, I think. Voice of the Broken. Broken, it was the... Yeah, it was the... Okay. I think we're actually reconvening with all of our other personalities here. There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. I think we were trying to save the world. You shouldn't know about the princess, at least not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess? It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Voice of the Opportunist. Did I do a voice for the Opportunist? Have we met this dude before? Oh, weren't you the one that's like, yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, that was the stubborn voice. Then who the hell's the Opportunist? I don't think we've seen him before. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever, I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? Okay, damn. I think we jumped the gun on this ending a little bit. Maybe we were supposed to find it a little later. We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. Country. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why, there's so many of us. There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here? I think they're all wrong. Of course we're wrong. She's the only... This is gonna be impossible to do, dude. She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you gonna do about it? Getting back to his earlier question, how many times have you all been here? Many, 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 many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes. We just have to do what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on. Alright, like, I gotta establish some voices for, like, 3 of these dudes. We'll try and figure it out. But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions? What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget.
I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it. Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way.
Are you your memories, or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? Wait, if he was the contrary, then who's the opportunist? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers.
And they all just end in quivering torment.
It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces.
If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them. Can I? Can you make sense of them? There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet you aren't. We break apart and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. You do nothing? You can't just do nothing. You have to do something. That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No, nothing ever works.
Boo, you're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around here. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Who cares? All you just yap about nothing.
Now that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us, and right now all of you aren't letting nothing happen. Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them.
He'll get you killed by himself. Who was the contrarian again? God, dude, it's impossible. Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. It's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
My point exactly. I mean, I think we have to proceed to the cabin. You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually you do make it to the cabin, or rather you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror.
He always says he never sees it. He always lies.
And he always makes it gone.
It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us.
Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
Yeah, I'm just gonna approach the mirror. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on will be the best possible decision you could have made. Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're gonna have to be a little more specific. That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein, wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. You have to take the blade. You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread.
It's her.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us. You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
And closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long, and time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun, you and me together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me, but you'll get to be there too. A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time, right by my side. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want, gilded and everything. Now, don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need, and you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back. Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon.
This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our fate when you refused to kill her.
Kill or be killed.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh well.
There's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants? Just take her hand and set her free. You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
Ah.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts, but then that resistance gives way and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next. I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Excuse me? You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Yeah, I can finally think again. Almost.
That mirror's back.
What does that mean for us?
I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they?
It doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves? Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look. You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line, but I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay.
The fear's gone. I'm done fighting.
My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end.
I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth.
I'm ready to sleep. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. Do you think there are people out there? It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist. Do you have thoughts on this vessel? This one is filled with sadness, a doll abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No, the point of awakening is to find out.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay, so it sounds like next time I can do literally any thread, as long as I just follow it to the end, but we're still going to try and do like a new one. Let me do a save here, and then that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a long one this time. Like, share, and subscribe and whatnot, and I will see you guys next time.